Good evening. General election 2019 has concluded on 302 Lok Sabha seats so far, with voting taking place on 117 parliamentary seats in the third phase today. The 2019 Lok Sabha election has so far covered nearly 55% of the parliamentary constituencies. In the third phase too, there were many big bouts in which high-profile candidates were in the fray. In News Night tonight, we will discuss the importance of the third phase of polling. Our in focus tonight is Mandate 2019, another critical phase concludes. Besides that, all the action ahead of subsequent phases of polling and more. I'm Munnan Bhattacharya. First up, the headlines. Around 66% voter turnout recorded in the third phase of polling till 6 p.m. in general election 2019 on 117 Lok Sabha seats in 13 states and 2 union territories. Polling largely peaceful, barring isolated instances of disturbances. Voter enthusiasm visible across age groups. Assam records highest polling percentage in the third phase. Prime Minister Narendra Modi casts his vote in Ranip in Gujarat in the third phase of polling, seeks the blessings of his mother Hiraben before exercising his franchise. BJP President Amit Shah, party leaders Arun Jaitley and L.K. Advani cast their ballots. Mulayam Singh Yadav's family members vote in Safai. Chief ministers of some states figure among high-profile voters. PM Modi addresses poll rallies in Odisha and West Bengal for subsequent phases of polling, takes aim at the opposition, says a BJP wave is making opposition leaders spend sleepless nights and those hurling false charges at themselves in the dock. PM takes on Mamata Banerjee in Asansol rally, holds a roadshow in Ranchi. BJP President Amit Shah takes a party's campaign ahead in Madhya Pradesh in poll rally in Khajuraho. Takes on Congress over national security and corruption issues. Yogi Adityanath campaigns in Lalitpur in UP. BJP candidates from Delhi, Meenakshi Lekhi, Gautam Gambhir and Hansraj Hans filed nominations. Rahul Gandhi campaigns in Rajasthan and Madhya Pradesh, woos voters with the Nyay scheme promise. Priyanka Gandhi camps in Raebareli, says she is ready to contest from Varanasi if party asks her to. Congress candidates from Delhi filed their nominations. Other opposition parties also intensify their campaigns. RJD leader Tejasvi Yadav addresses rallies in Bihar. Several opposition leaders hold joint press conference in Maharashtra, say they will file a joint petition in the apex court on EVMs. Akali Dal names Harsimrat Kaur Badal as candidate from Bhatinda and Sukhbir Singh Badal from Firozpur. Troubles mount for Congress President Rahul Gandhi on the Rafale issue. Apex Court issues him a notice on criminal contempt plea. Court to hear contempt petition and Rafale verdict review petition on Tuesday. BJP takes on Rahul Gandhi, while the Congress says Rahul did not intend to commit contempt of court. Islamic State claims responsibility for serial bomb blasts in Sri Lanka. Sri Lankan Prime Minister says the claim is being investigated. Sri Lankan authorities arrest 40 suspects, including a driver. At our focus this evening, polling for the third phase of general election 2019 was peaceful and largely incident-free. With 117 Lok Sabha constituencies voting today, polling concluded on over half of the 543 Lok Sabha seats with the conclusion of the third phase. BJP President Amit Shah fought his first Lok Sabha election from BJP stronghold Gandhinagar in Gujarat. Rahul Gandhi contested from Wayanad in Kerala, his second seat besides Amethi, and Mulayam Singh Yadav was in the fray from his family's stronghold of Mainpuri in UP. 3 states, Gujarat, Kerala and Goa, saw polling for all the Lok Sabha seats and on some seats in 12 more states and union territories.
Voter enthusiasm for the Festival of Democracy was palpable in all the 4 corners of the country. Voters, irrespective of age, gender and class, came out of their homes in large numbers to exercise their franchise. Long queues of voters were seen outside polling booths since the morning. Voting started in 117 parliamentary seats on Tuesday morning and ended at most places at 6 p.m., barring sensitive areas. Voting continued beyond the scheduled time to allow voters queued up in polling booths to cast their votes.
The voters across 117 parliamentary constituency in 15 states and union territories exercise their constitutional mandate. These account for about 20% of the total seats of Lok Sabha. A total of 22 states and union territories have concluded their elections completely by the third phase, that is today. So polls were by and large peaceful.
The 117 Lok Sabha seats where polling concluded on Tuesday were spread across 13 states and 2 union territories. There were 18 crore and 85 lakh registered voters in this phase who sealed the fate of 1,640 candidates in EVM machines. In Gujarat, polling concluded for all the 26 Lok Sabha seats in Gujarat peacefully in the third phase.
When the weather and the temperature in Gujarat was surging to an extent of 43 degrees Celsius, but at that time also the morale or primarily the enthusiasm of the voters over here in Gujarat was also at the peak, despite the temperature touching 43 degrees centigrades. Well, there are close to 4.5 crore voters in Gujarat, and interestingly, 10 lakh voters were the first-time voters.
In Kerala too, polling was peaceful on all the 20 Lok Sabha seats, and voters voted in large numbers.
It was blistering heat when the campaign was going on and they listened patiently to all the candidates. It was raining when the polling day came, but that didn't deter them to come to polling station in hordes and be part of this festival of democracy so that there could be a voice in Lok Sabha that will raise their concerns in New Delhi.
14 seats each of Maharashtra and Karnataka also witnessed polling in the third phase. Long queues of voters were seen in the two states.
As early as 7 a.m., people lined up across different polling booths in Bellary city, Bellary rural as well. Here I have a set of people who have voted. These are the traditional Lambani community people who have voted here.
10 seats of UP saw peaceful polling at 20,116 polling booths in 12,128 polling stations. In the third phase, people braved the scorching summer heat in the state to cast their votes. Polling was smooth, barring few instances of complaints of EVM malfunctioning in Rampur and Badaun. Polling took place for a few seats in West Bengal, Chhattisgarh, Assam and Odisha. Complaints emerged of malfunctioning of EVMs from some places in Assam, which led to the EVMs being replaced. Polling concluded on 6 Lok Sabha seats and 42 assembly seats in Odisha in the third phase.
As the polling for the third phase comes to an end, voting for all the 11 parliamentary constituencies in Chhattisgarh is done peacefully. It is difficult to say as of now that which party is going to gain maximum number of seats here, but the voters have emerged victorious. They have defied all the threats from the Naxals and have come out in large numbers to cast their votes.
Voting took place for the third phase of polling in Bihar in 5 Lok Sabha seats.
Voting for 2 parliamentary constituency of North and South Goa and 3 assembly by-polls saw a large number of people coming out to vote. Election Commission had made elaborate arrangements to ensure that people from all sections of society and ages can cast their votes smoothly and without hassle.
In Jammu and Kashmir, polling took place for the first phase of Anantnag Lok Sabha seat amid extensive security arrangements for free and fair polling. In the northeast, polling concluded in the Tripura East parliamentary seat. Besides, voting took place on 1 Lok Sabha seat each in Dadra and Nagar Haveli and Daman and Diu. High-profile candidates in the fray in the third phase were BJP President Amit Shah, Congress President Rahul Gandhi, SP Patriarch Mulayam Singh, Union Ministers Santosh Gangwar, Anand Kumar Hegde and Ramesh Chandappa, NCP candidate Supriya Sule, Congress candidate Mallikarjun Kharge, SP candidate Azam Khan, BJP candidates Jaya Prada and Varun Gandhi, Pragatisheel Samajwadi Party candidate Shivpal Singh Yadav. Voting has concluded in 302 Lok Sabha seats by the end of polling in the third phase on Tuesday. Anantnag will be voting in 2 more phases. With curtains coming down on the third phase, all eyes will be on whether there is similar voter enthusiasm in the subsequent phases of polling as well. With Bureau Inputs, Newsnight Desk, DD News.
And talking of voter turnout, in Gujarat, it's been recorded at 62.46%, in Kerala at 70.44%, in Karnataka at 66.5%, in Maharashtra at 57.59%, in Uttar Pradesh at 60.76%, in Chhattisgarh at 68.25%, in Odisha at 58.18%, in West Bengal at 79.36%, in Bihar at 59.97%, in Assam at 80.74%, in Goa at 71.68%, in Jammu and Kashmir at 12.86%, in Tripura at 78.67%, in Dadra and Nagar Haveli at 71.43%, and in Daman and Diu at 65.34%. So that's the overall voter turnout state-wise in 15 states and union territories that went to polls today in the third phase. During the third phase of polling, high-profile voters garnered as much attention as the key contests, while Prime Minister Narendra Modi and BJP President and party's Gandhinagar candidate Amit Shah were among the high-profile voters in Gujarat today. Congress's Mallikarjun Kharge was both a high-profile candidate and voter from Gulbarga in Karnataka. SP President Akhilesh Yadav voted in Saifai in UP, even as NCP's Supriya Sule and Congress's Abhijit Mukherjee were in the fray in the third phase. They too cast their votes.
In the third phase of polling, the big bouts and high-profile voters took centre stage. Followers of Prime Minister Modi were keenly awaiting the moment when he would cast his vote. They lined the roads of Ahmedabad to greet him, and Prime Minister reciprocated in equal measure. Before going to cast his vote, Prime Minister Modi sought his mother Hiraben's blessings at her residence. His mother put a tilak on his forehead and gifted him a red dupatta as a blessing, even as they shared sweets and some quality time together. Prime Minister then headed out to vote at a polling booth in Nishan Higher Secondary School in Ranip in Ahmedabad in an open jeep. Ahead of PM's arrival, BJP chief Amit Shah and his family had reached the polling station to receive the Prime Minister. PM shared some fun-filled interactions with Amit Shah's granddaughter and flashed the victory sign. After casting his vote, PM said he was fortunate to be part of the democratic exercise.
एक तरफ आतंकवाद का शस्त्र आईईडी होता है, आतंकवाद का शस्त्र आईईडी होता है, और लोकतंत्र का शस्त्र, लोकतंत्र का शक्ति, लोकतंत्र का शस्त्र वोटर आईडी होता है। मुझे विश्वास है कि वोटर आईडी की ताकत आईईडी से भी अनेक गुना ज्यादा है। हम इस वोटर आईडी कार्ड का महत्व समझें, अधिकतम वोट करें।
BJP President Amit Shah also cast his vote in Narankanpura area of Ahmedabad, as did veteran BJP leader LK Advani and senior BJP leader Arun Jaitley. Another BJP heavyweight who voted in Phase 3 was Dharmendra Pradhan, who queued up at a polling booth in Talcher in Odisha. Prakash Javadekar cast his vote in Pune, Mukhtar Abbas Naqvi in Rampur. Gujarat Chief Minister Vijay Rupani and his wife cast their votes in Rajkot. Flanked by his family members, Chhattisgarh Chief Minister Bhupesh Baghel voted in Patan Assembly segment of Durg Lok Sabha seat. Odisha CM Naveen Patnaik exercised his franchise in Bhubaneswar in Odisha, and Kerala Chief Minister Pinarayi Vijayan in Kannur in Kerala. In Uttar Pradesh, SP President Akhilesh Yadav voted with his family in Saifai, and his estranged uncle and Pragatishil Samajwadi Party leader Shivpal Yadav exercised his franchise in Firozabad, from where he is also in the fray. In Bihar, Sharad Yadav and Pappu Yadav, who are challenging each other on Madhepura Lok Sabha seat, cast their ballots.
लोकतंत्र और दुनिया में सबसे ज्यादा वोट डालने वाला देश अगर कोई देश है तो भारत देश है। जहां 90 करोड़ के लगभग मतदाता मतदान करेंगे।
NCP leader Supriya Sule cast her vote in Baramati, from where she has been fielded again by the NCP. Former Chief Minister of Karnataka and BJP Karnataka President B.S. Yediyurappa voted in Shimoga, from where his son is in the fray, even as the Congress's Mallikarjun Kharge voted in Gulbarga, from where he has been fielded again by the Congress. Meanwhile, those from the film fraternity were part of the dance of democracy too. Malayalam film actor Mohanlal cast his vote in Thiruvananthapuram and Mammootty in Kochi in Kerala. The Festival of Democracy thus saw vibrant participation of people from across all walks of life. With Bureau Inputs, News Night Desk, DD India.
From women voters to the elderly to first-timers, beauty of democracy reflected in polling stations today as people from all walks of life queued up to cast their votes. Here's how vibrant the election was across 15 states and union territories.
Diverse colours of democracy were on display on Tuesday as 117 parliamentary seats went to polls. Voters from all age groups and from all sections of society turned up in large numbers and exercised their franchise. Age was no barrier as their enthusiasm and sense of responsibility led senior citizens to polling booths. Many of them have been voting for decades and never lagged behind when it came to playing their part in strengthening democracy.
कितना साल से वोट करे छ?
हाँ, बहुत दिन से हम देते छिए, जे दिन से वोट चले लगले ते दिन से देते छिए।
हर बार लेकिन वोट आप कर ही रही हैं यहाँ पे आके।
हाँ।
एक बार भी वोट नहीं छोड़ती है करना।
ना।
हर बार वोट करती है।
It was a milestone event for millennials as they thronged polling stations to translate into votes the excitement for exercising their franchise for the first time. First-time voters flashed their ID cards with a sense of pride as they cast their vote.
The management of all the government infrastructure and the betterment of the future for the children and the future generation.
बहुत अच्छा लगा, पहली टाइम तो एक्साइटेड भी थी तो हो गया।
अच्छा लगा, इजी था प्रोसेस।
The Election Commission made special arrangements to ensure that differently able persons don't face any difficulty while casting their vote. This helped Divyang voters turning up in large numbers and exercise their franchise. In Goa, Divyang voters were also given badges reading Most Valued Voter. Voters lauded the efforts of the Election Commission.
Facilities are very good which have been provided by the Chief Electoral Officer in Goa. We have ramps with handrails this time. There is also braille signages are there and there is signages for the hearing impaired also. Okay, and there is braille on the EVMs also.
Women voters across states were seen queuing up since the very morning, waiting for their turn to cast their vote. They gave their male counterparts a run for their money when it comes to playing an active part in the democratic process, voting for a better future, an empowered tomorrow. The percentage of women voters was more than male voters in the previous rounds of polling.
हमारे देश का और हम महिलाओं का विकास करें। मैं प्रेग्नेंट हूँ, फिर भी आज सुबह अभी आई हूँ। मैं मानती हूँ कि सब लोगों को मतदान देना ही चाहिए। बहुत गर्मी है लेकिन यहाँ फिर भी सब लोग इकट्ठा होकर सुबह से मतदान देने के लिए आ रहे हैं।
हमारे देश को सुरक्षित रखे, बस यही है।
What else could be more important on a wedding day for a bride other than marriage itself? Well, it is exercising one's franchise. A bride in Rajkot in Gujarat turned up at a polling station, casting her vote before heading for the mandap. In Pune too, a bride visited a polling station and exercised her franchise. Transgender voters also came out and exercised their franchise. Over 18 crore 85 lakh voters were eligible to exercise their franchise in the third phase of the Lok Sabha polls. With people from all walks of life queuing up to cast their votes, they once again reiterated their strong faith in democracy and their commitment to strengthen it further. Bureau Report, DD News.
And that brings us to our In Focus tonight, which is Mandate 2019. Another critical phase concludes. To discuss that, we have with us Praful Ketkar, senior journalist. Welcome, Mr. Ketkar, to News Night. You've had a long day and you've been watching closely the voting trends. You also heard the press conference of the Election Commission, in which it said that the voter turnout in the third phase has been around 66%. If you compare this with 2014, then it was around 67%. But the votes would still be counted in a way. The number of people who've come out to vote would still be counted, that is. So overall voting trends, how do you see? We also now know that in the first and the second phase, women voters outnumbered men voters.
This is a very significant number. Another number, that actually struck me was about the way Election Commission has calculated about the first time voters actually giving the numbers of voters who are actually between 18 to 19 years of age, and they are more than 1 crore. So this is a very significant number. If you take, you are right that the overall percentage will go up when the final numbers are released. But what is important, even if they are almost the same as 2014, if we take the increase in the number of voters who enrolled themselves in the list, overall voters who came out and exercised their franchise is much higher than 2014.
The absolute number will go up with the same percentage.
Yes. So that clearly shows the faith of common people in democracy. Again, the same trend shows that as far as the rural, semi-urban voters are coming up in large numbers. Urban areas like some cities like Pune we have seen, or even some urban pockets of Gujarat we have seen that the comparatively number polling percentage is comparatively less. But if you go entire northeast, as it's remarkable the way poll arrangements are made and the way it is ensured. Even the only remaining state in Tripura, where there were some law and order problems in the second phase, so it was shifted to the third one. So this clearly shows the faith of common people in democracy, and despite all talks about EVMs and EVM malfunctioning and all those things, it looks like people trust this entire machinery, and then they believe that they are going to vote for the government for the coming days.
Now, if we look at the entire third phase, then we see that more than 50% of the parliamentary constituencies have now voted in the first 3 phases. The third phase was the largest, wherein voting took place 417 Lok Sabha seats. BJP had the maximum to defend at 62, followed by Congress that had 16, followed by CPM that had 7, and there were other regional parties after that. How important was this phase according to you?
This was a really important phase, especially states like Gujarat and Kerala going, all Lok Sabha constituencies going for poll in one go. Karnataka completed its entire 28 seats. Chhattisgarh is through. So almost all the important states in south and even major parts of west, besides Rajasthan and some seats in Maharashtra, they are almost through. So 55% of electorates have already given their mandate, and it is already blocked in the EVMs. What will be this election known for? The way today also some opposition parties came together in Maharashtra. They had a press conference. There were some complaints in Kerala as well. But Election Commission gave numbers, and Election Commission said 0.54 are the control units were replaced. 0.57 actual EVM machines were replaced. So these numbers clearly show the way there may be some genuine, but malfunctioning is not actually manipulation. So that message is clearly conveyed again in today's press conference.
And the Election Commission said that the malfunctioning EVMs were replaced, the malfunctioning VVPAT machines in whatever parts they were malfunctioning were totally replaced. So those arrangements were made immediately by the Election Commission.
Yes, and in presence of the polling agents and in many places even candidates verified that. So I think we should stop and we should celebrate this festival of democracy. The way this is one for one election, in a way this is for the one government, but still the way we find different colors, that again shows the way we celebrate our diversity.
Okay, now let's focus on state after state. Let's begin with Gujarat, where voting took place for all the 26 Lok Sabha seats. Would you say a prestige battle for BJP on the one hand, and for the Congress an opportunity to build on the gains that it had made in the last assembly polls there?
Yes, Gujarat is very significant for two reasons. One is Prime Minister Modi and BJP President Amit Shah both come from Gujarat. It has been BJP's passion. In 2014, BJP had bagged all the 26 seats, and in Vidhan Sabha elections, assembly elections, it found it tough going against Congress. So since 1995, Congress is almost on the periphery in Gujarat elections. That they found some space during assembly election. In fact, just before Lok Sabha elections, in fact, they lost their 6-7 MLAs who switched over to BJP. So that will be some kind of matter of concern for Congress. But there are many places where Congress can hope to have gain some ground, and Gujarat is one of them. And of course, challenging Prime Minister Modi on his home turf, Congress would like to take that forward. But how Gujaratis see, again, Prime Minister Modi becoming Prime Minister, that would be really interesting to see.
And Amit Shah, in his outreach to voters, had said that you should all vote for BJP in order to ensure that we sweep the state once again. And PM Modi went to the extent of appealing for support in such a manner that most of the opposition leaders lose their deposits. So that's the kind of importance that BJP places on Gujarat. Having said that,
Amit Shah fighting from Gandhinagar was precisely that message. Even though Prime Minister Modi is not contesting from Gujarat this time, last time he contested from Vadodara as well with Varanasi, but he is sending his most important lieutenant to Gandhinagar. It clearly shows that the kind of importance BJP shows for Gujarat.
And how do you see the strategy of the two parties? And one thing, not going for the Congress this time with 3 young caste warriors not there, which was a factor that the Congress had got in its favor in the 2017 assembly polls, and the two strategies of the BJP and the Congress, of the BJP dropping 10 sitting MPs this time around, not giving them tickets, and the Congress focusing particularly on Maharashtra, where it had won 28 out of the 49 assembly segments in the region in the last assembly polls.
See, when it comes to the assembly elections, the issues are completely different. There the caste equations, the regional disparities, the agrarian issues, they certainly play a role. And with these 3 leaders who that time were not directly associated with the Congress but still indirectly batting for Congress, they certainly gave some trouble. Whenever there is a direct fight and when there is a direct contest and you know the ideology of the party, they were in a way untested kind of players in politics. Like Arvind Kejriwal was there in 2014. So there BJP had some troubles, but now I think with most of the issues addressed with Kisan Samman Yojana or 10% reservation, I think BJP and most importantly the brand Modi that is going to work across Gujarat, this being a national election, that will play somewhere a role. So I think it will not be as tough as assembly election for the BJP.
Absolutely. And from Anand, the Gujarat Pradesh Congress Committee President Bharat Bhai Madhav Singh Solanki was in the fray. So that would be a prestige contest from the perspective of the Congress. But now let's shift focus to Kerala, where voting took place on all the 20 Lok Sabha seats. Here, would the BJP be wanting to convert the increase in vote share that it has managed over the years to around 15% in the last assembly polls into seats? Would the left be hoping to retain its last bastion and also retain its national party status? And would the Congress be hoping to make maximum gains from here, because the UDF had won 12 out of 20 seats last time around from Kerala?
In fact, that was the only state where Congress could, actually see on its own two-digit mark. I see, Wayanad as another option for Mr. Rahul Gandhi, simply because of this strategy, where they were clearly hoping that if they can consolidate their ground, it is Kerala. But ideologically, the critical question is whether what will be the relevance of the mainstream communist parties who have been contesting elections. There are many variants of communism and proponents of communist ideology in India, but there are few who believe at this claim in that they believe in democracy, and they have been participating in democratic electoral politics. So what will be their relevance, because they have lost considerable ground in Bengal. They have lost again very significant ground in Tripura, and this is the last bastion. And the ideological tussle that BJP has been fighting, BJP has been always strong on the ground. That seat convertibility factor was never there. Now BJP strategically has identified 4 or 5 seats, and BJP is concentrating and certain mass agitations on Sabrimala issue and other people centric issues have certainly given BJP some space to find its own foothold.
Okay. In UP, would you say that since voting was held in the Yadav belt and in Rohilkhand, marking perhaps the last phase insofar as Western UP is concerned in this phase, was it mostly a fight for family pride of the Yadav clan?
This is a battle for family pride. This will also be, at least today's phase was a testing ground for how far the fracture and the cracks within the family will impact the electoral fortunes, because we shouldn't forget that Shivpal Yadav was also fighting from Firozabad
from
with the
Pragatishil
Samajwadi Party, and in some other constituencies also he fielded his candidates. More importantly, I think what will be the behavior of BSP voters in these constituencies. So the entire equation of alliance also will be tested in this particular phase. If they really want to have that kind of equation working on the ground, that will be tested here in Mainpuri and surrounding belt.
Okay. In Karnataka, would you say that mostly there was a two-way fight between the BJP and the Congress candidates, because JDS had fielded candidates only on 2 out of the 14 seats that went to polls here? Is it also a test on how much of the Lingayat vote bank the BJP is able to retain in this election?
Definitely, north of Karnataka was always a direct fight between the BJP and the Congress. South of Karnataka was always triangular. But what is significant here is how far JDS voters, whatever 2%, 3%, 5% they have, they are going to be converted for the Congress candidates. JDS in any case does not have much of a hold in this region, in any of the constituencies, and therefore in this kind of direct fight, how far BJP consolidates its, because this has been BJP's stronghold, and BJP tactically always able to convert voting percentage into seats and maximum numbers in this region.
A quick last word on Maharashtra, where voting was held on 14 Lok Sabha seats. Would a lot of focus be of the NCP to ensure that the vote base that had lost in 2014 Lok Sabha polls in the wake of the Modi wave, when most of the Congress candidates who had contested from there in alliance with the NCP had lost, NCP is able to get that vote base back?
This is a very, you know, the seats that polled today was extreme northern part of Maharashtra and some sections of western part of Maharashtra. Western part of Maharashtra always had been, I wouldn't say, you know, just NCP, it was always Sharad Pawar's stronghold. Whether he is in Congress or outside Congress, he ensured that, you know, certain number of seats either in Assembly or Lok Sabha actually fetched from this particular region. Last time he, first time, you know, Sharad Pawar faced some difficulty. This
he did
time
not contest from Madha, for instance.
Yeah, he is not contesting from Madha, and in many traditional strongholds, they are NCP is facing tough challenge, but NCP has already also ensured some tactical alliances on the ground.
Swabhimani Shetkari Sangatna,
there are many small parties that they have allied with. How far they help NCP in regaining that ground, that will be an interesting factor.
I'm afraid that's all the time that we have for this analysis. Thank you so much, Rahul Gandhi. You've had a long day. Thank you indeed for your time on DD News.
Thank you.
Well, after exercising his democratic right to vote, Prime Minister Narendra Modi took forward his campaign for the subsequent phases of polling. He held 2 rallies in Odisha and in West Bengal. Besides holding a roadshow in Jharkhand, in Odisha, the Prime Minister said that there was a wave in favour of BJP in the state. And in West Bengal, he took a swipe at Chief Minister Mamata Banerjee.
Tuesday proved to be an unusually busy day for Prime Minister Narendra Modi. After casting his vote as Pradhan Sevak of the country in Ahmedabad, he held several rallies and roadshows reaching out to voters for the remaining phases. Prime Minister addressed 2 rallies in Odisha and 1 in West Bengal. His first rally was in Kendrapada in Odisha. Prime Minister Modi asserted that Congress and opposition parties are spending sleepless nights as the wave for the BJP has become a challenge for them after the first 2 phases of elections. Emphasizing that not a single charge of corruption has surfaced against the BJP-led government in the past 5 years, PM said those who have been levelling false allegations have found themselves in the dock.
सरकारें आपने भी पहले बहुत देखी है, केंद्र में भी और राज्य में भी, लेकिन ये वो सरकार है जिस पर 5 साल में भ्रष्टाचार का एक भी दाग नहीं लगा है.
Prime Minister's next stop in the state was Balasore. He slammed the Congress for failing to demonstrate India's defence capability in space, claiming that the previous governments were only concerned about the interest of a Namdar family, not the country's security. Next, in Asansol, West Bengal, Prime Minister Modi mocked Trinamool Congress Supremo Mamata Banerjee for dreaming of becoming the PM and said she would have bought the post with money looted from chit fund scams had it been up for auction.
मुट्ठी भर सीटें लड़कर हमारी दीदी प्रधानमंत्री बनने का सपना भी देख रही है. अगर ऑक्शन से प्रधानमंत्री का पद मिल जाता तो कांग्रेस और दीदी दोनों ऑक्शन में जो माल लूटा है उसको लेकर के आ जाते.
Later in the evening, PM held a roadshow in Ranchi. The enthusiasm of the crowds was visible as they lined the roads. Prime Minister reciprocated the warmth in equal measure. With Nishan Saurabh, Abhishek Jha, Ajay Mishra and Rajesh Raj, News Night Desk, DD India.
Campaigning gained momentum in the Congress camp too. Congress President Rahul Gandhi campaigned in Madhya Pradesh and in Rajasthan, where he made promises on farmers' welfare and job creation, even as Congress General Secretary Priyanka Gandhi inquired about the health of Congress workers in Raebareli who were injured in a road accident recently and directed party workers on campaign strategies in Amethi.
On Tuesday, as polling was held for the third phase, there was no let-up in campaigning by political parties. Congress chief Rahul Gandhi campaigned in Madhya Pradesh's Shahdol and Jabalpur, along with Dungarpur in Rajasthan. In Dungarpur, he said that when billionaires avail loans, they go off scot-free without repayment, while farmers are sent to jail for the same offence. He said that farmers would not have to face such situations if the Congress came to power in 2019.
क्या ये आपको सही लगता है कि हिंदुस्तान के अरबपति जितना भी कर्जा लेना चाहे ले ले बैंक से, वापस ना दें और वो जेल ना जाए, और हिंदुस्तान का किसान आदिवासी 20,000 रुपए ले कर्जा और कर्जा वापस ना दे, एकदम वो जेल जाए? क्या आपको ठीक लगता है? हमने निर्णय लिया है, ऐतिहासिक निर्णय, 2019 के चुनाव के एकदम बाद कानून बदला जाएगा। हिंदुस्तान का कोई भी किसान कर्जा ना लौटाने के लिए जेल में नहीं जा पाएगा।
In Jabalpur again, Rahul promised jobs for the youth if the Congress was voted to power.
27,000 युवा 24 घंटे में हिंदुस्तान में आज रोजगार खोते हर रोज। मैं आपको यहां 2 करोड़ युवाओं का झूठ नहीं बोलूंगा, मगर मैं आपको यह बता दूंगा 22 लाख सरकारी नौकरियां आज खाली हैं। मैंने पता लगाया है, 22 लाख युवाओं को कांग्रेस पार्टी 1 साल के अंदर रोजगार दिलवा देगी। 22 लाख सरकारी नौकरियां दिलवा देगी। 10 लाख युवाओं को पंचायतों में रोजगार दिया जा सकता है। 10 लाख युवाओं को पंचायतों में कांग्रेस पार्टी रोजगार दिलवा देगी।
Meanwhile, Party General Secretary Priyanka Gandhi visited Raebareli District Hospital, where she took stock of the medical facilities and inquired about the condition of party workers injured in a car accident on Sunday. She then went on to the home of local MLA Devi Dayal Shastri, who passed away last week, and offered her condolences. Thereafter, in Amethi, she addressed party workers and directed them on campaign strategies and discussed other issues as well. Amid speculation that she might contest against Prime Minister Narendra Modi from Varanasi, Priyanka Gandhi Vadra said she would abide by the party decision in this regard.
पार्टी ने अभी फैसला नहीं किया, जब फैसला करेंगी तो आपको पता चल जाएगा।
बनारस लड़ेंगी? आप लड़ रही हैं?
मैंने बार-बार कहा है कि जो पार्टी चाहेगी मैं करूंगी।
And in the midst of all the campaigning, the nomination filing process continues. Former Chief Minister Sheila Dikshit filed her nominations from North East Delhi with much fanfare, while Ajay Makin filed his from the New Delhi Lok Sabha seat. Arvinder Singh Lovely filed his papers as a candidate from East Delhi, while boxing superstar Vijender Singh filed his from the South Delhi seat.
फाइल जैसे किया जाता है वैसे किया है, और जो गाइड किया दिया था फॉर्म्स भरनी थी वो भर दी और दे दी। अब देखिए क्या नेचुरली जो हमारा फाइट है वो टफ है, लेकिन करेंगे।
In Sonipat, Bhupinder Singh Hooda filed his nominations, while in Shimla, in Himachal Pradesh, Congress candidate Dhaniram Shandil filed his papers. News Night Desk, DD India.
BJP President Amit Shah took his party's campaign ahead in Madhya Pradesh. In a poll rally in Khajuraho, he took on the Congress over national security and corruption issues. UP Chief Minister Yogi Adityanath campaigned in Lalitpur in UP. Meanwhile, BJP candidates from Delhi, Meenakshi Lekhi, Gautam Gambhir and Hansraj Hans filed their nominations, entering the poll fray formally.
As the focus shifts to the remaining phases after completion of polling for the third phase of Lok Sabha elections, parties are pulling out all stops to woo the voters in rallies across the country. In Khajuraho, BJP chief Amit Shah addressed an election rally appealing for votes. The BJP chief slammed party rivals on issues of national security and terrorism. He also trained his guns at Kamal Nath-led Congress government in Madhya Pradesh.
हम भारतीय जनता पार्टी के कार्यकर्ता है, अगर ये आतंकी सुधरेंगे नहीं, वहां से गोली आएगी, यहां से गोला जाएगा, इनका जवाब पत्थर से। आप वोट बैंक की राजनीति करो, हमें कोई आपत्ति नहीं है, परंतु भारतीय जनता पार्टी के लिए वोट बैंक से ऊपर मां भारती की सुरक्षा हमारे लिए सर्वोच्च स्थान पर है। नरेंद्र मोदी इसको सहन नहीं कर सकते।
Uttar Pradesh Chief Minister Yogi Adityanath addressed a rally in Lalitpur in Bundelkhand. Pointing to various schemes initiated by the BJP government, he said that only Prime Minister Modi has worked for the welfare of the poor and Bundelkhand genuinely since independence.
क्या बुंदेलखंड को हमारी सरकार 9,000 करोड़ रुपए की पाइप पेयजल की योजना दे रही है। हर गांव तक शुद्ध पेयजल पहुंचाने का कार्य कोई करेगा, हमारी सरकार करेगी। डिफेंस कॉरिडोर का निर्माण कोई करने जा रहा है, प्रधानमंत्री मोदी जी के प्रयासों से होने जा रहा है।
And even as campaigning peaked, Bollywood star Sunny Deol joined the BJP in presence of Raksha Mantri Nirmala Sitharaman and Piyush Goyal in the BJP headquarters in Delhi. He said he believed that one's deeds spoke louder than words.
जिस तरह से मेरे पापा इस परिवार के साथ अटल जी के साथ जुड़े थे, आज मैं यहाँ मोदी जी के साथ जुड़ने आया हूँ।
Meanwhile, candidates of the BJP are continuing with the nomination filing process as Tuesday marked the deadline for filing nominations for Delhi. Meenakshi Lekhi filed her papers from New Delhi, while singer Hansraj Hans filed his nomination from Northwest Delhi and cricketer Gautam Gambhir from East Delhi. News Night Desk, DD India.
Other opposition parties also intensified their campaigns. RJD leader Tejasvi Yadav addressed rallies in Bihar, even as several opposition leaders held joint press conference in Maharashtra saying that they will file a joint petition in the apex court on EVMs. Meanwhile, Shiromani Akali Dal named Harsimrat Kaur Badal as its candidate from Bathinda and Sukhbir Singh Badal from Firozpur.
All parties in the fray are now training their resources on the remaining phases of the Lok Sabha polls. In Bihar, the Grand Alliance's campaign is on in full swing. In Bihar, Tejasvi Yadav and Jitan Ram Majhi campaigned for RJD candidate Abdul Bari Siddiqui. Tejasvi expressed confidence of victory and slammed the Nitish Kumar government.
मतलब क्या काम किए तो बोलते हैं शराबबंदी कर दी, हम बोलते हैं नशा मुक्ति होनी चाहिए, देश भर में होनी चाहिए, जागरूक करना पड़ेगा लोगों को। लेकिन नीतीश जी, आपने तो केवल शराबबंदी लगता है कागजे में बंद किया है, आप बताओ तो शराब चालू है कि बंद है?
In Maharashtra, the Shiv Sena expressed confidence of victory for the NDA, with party leader Sanjay Raut saying that no party or alliance could survive the NDA wave sweeping the country.
जो चित्र मेरे सामने है, जो राज्यों से मेरी बात होती है, तो इस देश में किसी एक पार्टी की सत्ता अब नहीं आएगी। सत्ता आएगी एनडीए की, नेशनल डेमोक्रेटिक अलायंस की, जिसमें भारतीय जनता पार्टी हमारी प्रमुख साझेदार है, प्रधानमंत्री उनका बनेगा और हम सब एनडीए के अलायंस है और एनडीए की सरकार बनने जा रही है।
In Maharashtra again, opposition parties held a press conference and announced that a review petition would be filed in the Supreme Court on the issue of EVMs.
We are going for review petition and also fresh petitions also we are filing before the Supreme Court, because for the last three phases of elections, we got some more information where malfunctioning or non-functioning or manipulation or suspicion, all these things we are having some data.
In Farokhabad in Uttar Pradesh, BSP Supremo Mayawati campaigned for the alliance's candidate and slammed both the Congress and the BJP for having done nothing to eradicate poverty in the country.
उत्तर प्रदेश के लोगों को मालूम है कि कांग्रेस पार्टी की हुकूमत के दौरान ही सबसे ज्यादा जो दलित वर्ग के लोग हैं, पिछड़े वर्ग के लोग हैं या अन्य समाज के गरीब लोग हैं, सबसे ज्यादा रोटी रोजी के लिए पलायन कांग्रेस पार्टी की हुकूमत के दौरान में हुआ। ये भी आप लोगों को मान के चलना चाहिए।
Elsewhere in Punjab, the Akali Dal announced the names of candidates for Bathinda and Firozpur. Harsimrat has been named for the former and party chief Sukhbir Singh Badal for the latter. These two names complete the Akali Dal's quota of 10 candidates in Punjab. The BJP also announced all 3 candidates from its quota, including Sunny Deol from Gurdaspur. In Delhi, meanwhile, the AAP fielded candidates from all seats after a proposed alliance with the Congress fell through. Party leader Sanjay Singh said that the next government would surely be a non-BJP one.
पंजाब में, दिल्ली में समझौता होता तो निश्चित तौर पे भारतीय जनता पार्टी को रोका जा सकता था। विपक्ष की सरकार आएगी, एंटी बीजेपी सरकार देश में आएगी और ये आप 23 मई के बाद देखिएगा।
Chief of the Jananayak Janata Party, Digvijay Singh Chautala, filed his nomination from the Sonepat seat in Haryana after a roadshow. He said he is confident of victory.
चौधरी देवीलाल जी के दिखाए रास्ते पर चलकर दुष्यंत जी और केजरीवाल जी प्रोग्रेसिव पॉलिटिक्स का जो रास्ता लेकर के चले हैं उस पर चलकर इस क्षेत्र को अग्रणी क्षेत्र बनाने की शपथ लेकर अंदर आया हूं। सोनीपत लोकसभा क्षेत्र के लोग मुझे आशीर्वाद देंगे और भारी अंतर से जेजेपी और आम आदमी पार्टी अरविंद जी और दुष्यंत जी का गठबंधन जो है थंपिंग मेजॉरिटी से जीतेगा।
Clearly, all political parties are leaving no stone unturned to not only woo voters but also select the right candidates for various seats. News Night Desk, DD India.
A day after Rahul Gandhi expressed regret for wrongly attributing his statement on the Rafale deal to the apex court, the Supreme Court issued a contempt notice to him. And after the hearing, the Congress was on the defensive, saying Rahul Gandhi did not intend to commit contempt of court, even as the BJP was on an offensive.
Issued criminal contempt notice to Congress President Rahul Gandhi for his Chaukidar Chor hai remark about Prime Minister Narendra Modi while referring to the Rafale judgment. The apex court maintained the comment was incorrectly attributed to it. The top court said it will hear on the 30th of April the criminal contempt petition filed by BJP MP Meenakshi Lekhi against Rahul Gandhi, along with the pending review petition against the 14th of December 2018 verdict in the Rafale fighter jet case. It rejected the Congress President's plea to close the criminal contempt petition filed by Lekhi. After hearing senior advocate Abhishek Manu Singhvi on behalf of Rahul Gandhi, the bench headed by Chief Justice Ranjan Gogoi said, "We deem it fit to issue notice to the respondent, Rahul Gandhi." While the BJP was once again in attack mode after the notice, the Congress said Rahul Gandhi didn't intend to commit contempt of court.
जो भाषा का इस्तेमाल किया गया है रिस्पांस में वो राहुल गांधी जी द्वारा कोई माफ़ी नहीं है, अपॉलॉजी नहीं है, वो केवल रिग्रेट एग्जिबिट कर रहे हैं और अपनी गलती के लिए भी एक्सप्लेनेशन दे रहे हैं कि हीट ऑफ द मोमेंट हुआ, जिसका मतलब ही जाहिर तौर पर है कि कंटेम्प्ट जो है वो कंटिन्यू हो रहा है और वो अपनी बेबुनियाद बातों पर बरकरार हैं।
बहुत विनम्रता से ये खेद प्रकट कर रहे हैं सिर्फ इस बिंदु पे कि हमने गलत एट्रीब्यूट किया है, ये स्लोगन गलत रूप से कहा है कि ये स्लोगन उच्चतम न्यायालय ने लिखा है अपने आदेश में। इसके अलावा ज्यादा या कम हमने और कुछ नहीं कहा है।
Rahul Gandhi had expressed regret on Monday over his remarks in connection with the Rafale judgment and said in his affidavit that his statement was purely political. The apex court on the 15th of April had given a categorical clarification that in its Rafale verdict, there was no occasion for it to make a mention of the contemptuous Chaukidar Narendra Modi Chor hai observation. Meenakshi Lekhi had filed a contempt petition after Rahul Gandhi's comment. With Vikas Sarthi, Newsnight Desk, DD India.
And news from regions now in Regional Roundup.
The Enforcement Directorate has summoned former Managing Director, MD and CEO of ICICI Bank, Chanda Kochhar, on the 3rd of May in connection with the Videocon money laundering case. Her husband Deepak Kochhar has also been summoned along with her brother-in-law Rajiv Kochhar on April 30th. ED will record their statements under the Prevention of Money Laundering Act. Delhi High Court has asked Delhi government to give admission to 130 students denied on various grounds, including lack of Aadhaar in government schools here. A bench of Chief Justice Rajendra Menon and Justice A.J. Bhambani sought a response from AAP government on an NGO's petition seeking direction to grant admission to 130 students in government schools. The Supreme Court has directed shifting former MP Atiq Ahmed to a high-security jail in Gujarat. Atiq Ahmed is alleged to have kidnapped and assaulted a businessman in prison in Uttar Pradesh in December last year. A bench of Chief Justice Ranjan Gogoi and Justices Deepak Gupta and Sanjeev Khanna ordered suspension of 5 jail officials against whom the Uttar Pradesh government has initiated departmental proceedings for their prima facie involvement in the case. In Tamil Nadu's Nagapattinam, 9 youth have been arrested on charges of spreading derogatory messages about a particular community through social media. The youth belonging to another community had convened a meeting at a village near Purayar in the district on April 21st to discuss about a clash between two communities in Arilayur district during general elections. Heavy rain and thunderstorms halted routine life in Karnataka's Uttar Pradesh district. Widespread moderate rainfall along with spells of isolated heavy rains were reported in coastal and Malnad region of the state. The rain showers, which began late in the afternoon, led to polling getting halted in a few polling booths.
In international news, the Islamic State has claimed responsibility for the deadly terror attacks that shook Sri Lanka on Easter Sunday, a claim the Sri Lankan Prime Minister said was being investigated. Sri Lankan authorities arrested 40 suspects, including a driver. A string of 8 powerful blasts ripped through 3 churches and many luxury hotels frequented by foreigners, killing over 300 people and injuring more than 500.
As Sri Lanka and the world continue to mourn the mindless massacre of over 320 people on Easter Sunday, in Sri Lanka, Islamic State has claimed responsibility for the horrifying terror attack there. In a statement issued through its propaganda Amak news agency, the ISIS claimed that executors of the attack that targeted citizens of coalition states and Christians in Sri Lanka 2 days ago were with the group.
Certainly the security apparatus was of the view that there are foreign links, and some of the evidence points to that. So if when the ISIS claimed it, we will be following up on this claim. There was suspicion that there were links with the ISIS.
Meanwhile, citing the findings from the initial probe, Sri Lanka's State Minister of Defence, Ruwan Wijewardene, in an address to Parliament said that the suicide bombings were in retaliation of the deadly shootings at 2 mosques in Christchurch in New Zealand. A surveillance footage of the suspected bomber has also surfaced, carrying a heavy backpack and walking on the street before heading into the St. Sebastian's Church. International police organization Interpol has deployed a team to Sri Lanka to assist investigations. 40 suspects, including driver of a van allegedly used by the suicide bombers, have been arrested so far. Sri Lanka's President Maithripala Sirisena showed foreign diplomats pictures of the suspected bombers and gave a briefing to diplomats based in Colombo. Silence was also observed to mourn the dead. Sri Lanka has declared a full day of national mourning across the country. National flags were lowered to half-mast and 3 minutes of silence was observed to pay homage to those who died. A state of emergency is also in effect in the country. Sri Lankan President Maithripala Sirisena visited Negombo, where over 100 people were killed in the blast at St. Sebastian's Church. Meanwhile, it has emerged that India had specifically warned about the attacks and intelligence advisory early this month, but Sri Lankan government failed to take adequate steps. 10 Indians are among 38 foreigners who were killed in the attack. News Night Desk, DD India.
That's it then in this edition of News Night on DD India. Thanks for watching.